Good morning YouTube, it's CJM Retro again, and it's that time of the year again. It's revival time, Revival 2019, the Rivals. As you can see, I'm just looking at part of Bescot Stadium in Walsall at the moment, at the Radisson Parking Hotel. Stayed here last night, going down to the event this morning. It's now about 10 to 8, I'm going to get ready, head on down probably about 9 o'clock, although you can't get until about 9:30 for the early entry, but that's the plan. Yeah, looking forward to a good show today. Got a bit of money to buy some, hopefully a couple of Mega Drive purchases or some cheap Master System. So we'll have to see what it brings. Got a few friends I know going there as well, and looking to the usual suspects. So yeah, looking forward to a good day. Hopefully buying some games, playing some games this time, which I tend to like put on the back burner, but hopefully playing some games and, you know, just having a good social experience today. So yeah, that's the plan. It's looking a little bit better than it has been, looking very dull, but to be honest, once you're inside, it doesn't care. It doesn't matter, does it? So that's it, yeah. Let's better go and get ready and get in that queue for Revival 2019. Okay, so I'm en route to Revival 2019, Gaming Legends. I'm expecting a big queue. The entrance is actually, used to be at the sort of like rear of Bescot, but I think it's changed now to the main entrance, so yeah. Let's see how many's in the queue. Yeah, good, thanks Craig.
It's very unsociable.
Gaste. Here we go. Oh, first blood goes Gaste. He's going on for a perfect game here. Ian Wall comes back with a nice timed uppercut. Trying for the freeze. Can't get it. Oh, here's a big comeback. Nicely timed. Combo didn't land. Can he do it again? Very tense. Danger, danger. Oh, taken out. Taken out with a sweep. First round, Gaste. Stood there, right there, just taking it, not blocking. But he's trying to blame it on the buttons. We all know that he's just held up excuses. He's managed to take it back. Takes the lead. Keeps trying to land that 8-hit combo. Gets the uppercut in. Oh, what on it? The basically does it. All comes down to the last round. Still anybody's match. Gaz takes an early lead. Ian finally lands his 5-hit combo. Uppercut to even the odds. Desperately trying for a freeze. Hasn't landed one yet. Oh, rockets, rockets. Oh, it's still neck and neck. Nobody wants to give an inch. Very tense on the knee. It's literally come down to a few hits will win it. Oh, it all goes down. And Gaz wins. Well done. Congratulations. That's what she said. Monster straight into the kill. Ball came from Sandy. Three more tactics he's learned on the beam streets of Essex.
No, please do it now.
Oh, lose first round.
No, but no willies. Lost control as it's not what it is.
Very realistic fight. I can see this time he would beat up this time, man. Oh God, what's going on? It's not going well. Someone's going to be out. Let's get pull something out of the bag.
Fully right.
Oh, what goes out?
like if somebody said, you know, I used to want this at this time, you're like, no, you can't do that. That's not how it's done. So it's like, oh yeah, we just designed this. It's like, no, that's not the time.
We're going to watch a clip of Andy Remick's latest film, Memoirs of a Spectrum Addict, Volume 2. We're going to watch 20-something minutes, about 28 minutes of it, so we can all sit back and relax and watch that, and then we'll have some questions, and then time allowing, we'll take some questions from the audience as well. So, on the panel we have, of course, Mr. Andy Remick. Ripple of applause. We have Andrew Hewson. Next up, I think I recognise that gentleman, it's Simon Butler. Next up is Rich Stevenson. Getting towards the end now on a fairly lengthy panel, Paul Owens. And of course, right on the end there, Mr. Kevin Toms.
The game is called Ping Pong, and I don't think he did actually any parts of the game, but he did the music for it, the multi-channel sound at the beginning of the game. It was like really had a good beat to it and everything. And at the end, it had like this big build-up to the like an explosion at the end. It's just like amazing to hear something like that coming out of the Specky. So I loved it. It's like, wow, that's amazing. What's the way how to do that? And so yeah, any games by Jeff I really enjoyed.
This is one of those classic games that I think could absolutely be updated for today. You could easily make an iPhone, iPad, Android version of this, because I loved the thought of being let loose in a theme park. I lived so far from any theme park that the thought of being able to run around a theme park was so much fun. And playing it again today, you realise quite how harsh the gameplay was. It was so unforgiving, but it kept you coming back for that one extra go, which is exactly what everyone's after for mobile games today. You've got to get that player retention, you want them to come back for one more go. And these guys were doing it back in 1984 or 5, whenever this came out. But I'm so fondly remember roller coaster because I actually mapped this game. Before every course of Nicholas playing tips, I sat down with a big sheet of paper, probably some summer holiday, and I mapped it screen by screen, drew it by hand, and sent it into Crash Magazine, hoping it would get printed. And no, it didn't.
I think there's a lot of Specky enthusiasts. Chuck Egg again for the speed, the playability. It was one of those games where you'd go back to school and someone would always say they'd reached that level above, so you'd be back home or at lunchtime quickly trying to get there. Lunch breaks were never long enough at school for you to be able to just get that level above. I think later on, as I start to work within the industry, games like Who Dares Wins 2, really like Who Dares Wins 2, and I was lucky enough to work with Steve Evans, the coder. Very talented guy, really talented guy. Dominic.
Okay, so where the Spectrum fits in for me. When I actually first wrote Football Manager, I wrote it on a TRS-80 clone, Video Genie in 1981, and then I converted it to the ZX81. And when I placed my first advert for the games was in January 1982 in Video Games, and for the first few months selling, I sold I think 300 games, of which 297 were on the ZX81 and 3 were on the TRS-80 clone. And I even dropped the TRS-80 clone from the advertising. What that was really saying was what Sinclair had already done with the ZX81 was the price point. There was a lot more people buying the ZX81s. He created a market there. All the others were American computers, which were very expensive. Of course, then the developers in the UK were also picking up on this. And we had a single retail outlet in the UK for computer games. There were no shops that sold computer games. And during that year, 1982, the first independent retailers came along. And then the wonderful ZX Spectrum came along, providing better graphics, colour and sound. And I can remember very clearly in Milton Keynes writing the graphics that I added to the ZX81 game, expanding the game, Football Manager game, to run on the Spectrum, which became a very successful game. And I also remember talking eventually to people like W.H. Smith about stopping the game. So that changed radically from those first hobbyist days where the only people who had to buy it by mail or through the books. So yeah, it opened up a market definitely, and it was quite revolutionary for me.
Rich, you mentioned there.
There was no licenses, no you've got a license of this or license of that. You don't have to match this movie or anything like that. It was just games. I think that was an innovative time.
It wasn't just like a computational thing that you wanted to.
No, I wrote football board games before I wrote a computer game. And when I got hold of home computers, I thought, this is great, I can do that game I wanted to do. And that's how it came about. There was a bit, I felt there was a little bit of a good point to mention about the money, because somebody asked about that. And there was a kind of nice part that happened there for me. I was, when I launched Football Manager, I was earning, I can remember, $8,000 a year as a professional programmer at the time. And when Smiths wanted to buy the game, they contacted me and said, we want to buy your game, please come down and see us. And I had no idea. I knew I'd have to give them some kind of discount. I took some advice from a business advisor, and he said, well, in my industry, anything between 50 and 70%. He said, try and get, something in that range. So I thought, well, if I get 60%, it'll be okay. 70% will be good. And I went down and saw the buyer. At the time, I was selling the game in just a 2-color packaging, which was fine for the small retail outlets. So he said, well, we want your game, and you've got to do full color packaging. We call it 4-color packaging, full color printing. He said, we've got to have that for our stores. And I said, okay. He said, can you do that? And I said, okay. And he said, we want 2,000 games, and we want 55% discount. And I was all ready to negotiate, and I said, okay. So it was particularly tough in negotiation, but it was, quite something because in that one order I won, most of what I got in a year's salary. And about a few weeks later, my girlfriend at the time, she called me. She got a letter from W.H. Smith, and she said, "Oh, we've got a reorder." I said, "What, already? This is amazing. I will be able to give up work because I'm still working." And I said, "How much is it?" And she said, "Oh, it's 100 games." "Oh no, I'm sorry, it's 1,000 games." She said. No. I said, "That's fantastic. Well, if I got an order like that already, this is more than I'm earning a full-time job. I've got to go full-time and do this." When I got a home to order for 10,000 games, which is about £30,000, about four times what I was earning a year at that time. So I had a business, basically. So yeah, if you think there was reasons why I have romantic feelings about those early years, there's one reason.
I've got to ask you, Kevin. I have to ask you. In your addictive adverts, you have your own photograph. Why was that?
Why? Yeah, well, I didn't at first. I didn't do that at first. And if you look at some...
That's not criticism.
No, it's okay. I've no problem about it because I've got good reasons for doing it. But if you get the very early, you may see them here, some of the very early cassettes of Football Manager. My picture isn't on it, didn't say that, doing that. But it was the ZX microfairs and attending events like that, and which were these early regular computer game shows we used to go to. And I would be talking to people and explaining the game, what it was. It was different because most of the others were arcade game players that could recognize it. They couldn't recognize this thing that I'd done, this Football Manager strategy game. And so I explained what you do and then get into it. And then after a couple of times, people would talk to me, say, I've got your game, I've got the game for Manager. I would say, yeah, well, I did this, and you wrote it. I said, yeah. Oh, wow. And then they'd get really excited about that because they were actually talking to the author. And just a connection I made in my head. I thought, well, what's so different about this to books and records? And surely the author should be known, especially if you've got your own style, which I didn't think you had of writing, because then people know it's yours when you do more. And that's what triggered it. That's what started it. And it was actually
it really stood out.
Yeah, it was a very good
as a kid reading the magazines, it really stood out.
Yeah.
It was like most developers and artists
Okay, so we're back from Revival 2019, Gaming Legends. Whew, what a weekend. It's cracking time I had this time at Revival. I do like the Revival shows, they have grown on me over the years, and I think I would go as far to say this is possibly up there with the best of them. It was a really good weekend. If you've watched my previous videos, I think I've filmed pretty much the last 2 or 3 Revivals I've been to, possibly more. I normally go down when it's at Bescot, we normally go down on the Friday night, me and the missus, so we make a weekend of it, stop over on the Friday night, I do my thing on the Saturday at Revival, and then we, you know, have a few drinks on the night on the Saturday kind of thing. So that's pretty much what happened this time. We went down on the Friday, tea time after work, checked into the hotel, had a meal in the hotel, a few beers, and then I did Revival on the Saturday kind of thing. It was... the hotel was quite busy actually the weekend. Strangely enough, I think what happened was there was a lot of, basically you couldn't get a room for ages in the hotel. It was booked up for months and months, and I'm not sure why. I heard a rumour it was to do with Rod Stewart's entourage taking over the hotel, but he played a local gig a week before the event, so it wouldn't have been that. And nearer the time, the weeks leading up to the actual Revival event, rooms became available. So a lot of the people that you normally see staying over weren't actually staying at that hotel. There's a few faces I recognise, like the Retro Lords were there, and a couple of other faces I recognise, and certainly on Saturday there was some more people staying over. So sounds like a lot of people did get in the end. You might have seen my post on Facebook, kept reminding everybody and telling everybody there was rooms available. Some heeded it, some didn't, but yeah, each to their own, isn't it? So yeah, that was on the Friday night. I had a few drinks. Pretty early finish, to be honest, on the Friday. Normally I stay up till closing, but I think I'd had enough by 11, you know, with work and things like that. So I was quite bright for Revival on the Saturday morning. And this time it was a bit different. I met up with a couple of people that I don't normally see there. There was Lenny, my friend who I've known for, it's got to be 20 plus years. He actually came to his first Revival, so I spent pretty much the whole day with him. And also good to see Martin Webb there, a friend from the Gears days. He's there with his son, so it's good to see that. Also see a few of the usual faces there. You know, the Big Mike said hello to me, Pete on a retro tip, Dana with his stall. You know, the usual suspects were there. Had a quick chat with Daz, well, ex-Cajones. So yeah, it was good to see some faces there. I also got to meet the legend that is Kevin Toms, who of course developed the original Football Manager and Football Manager 2 on the Spectrum and other formats. It really was, without that game we wouldn't have had any, you know, that basically paved the way for football management games. So it's great to meet him in person, pose for a selfie. So thanks for your time there, Kevin, if you do by chance see this. I also checked out one of the talks which Kevin was involved in, some people from the Spectrum days, which is quite interesting. It just dragged on a little too much for me, but yeah, it was quite interesting to go to something like that again. And pretty much the whole day I just spent walking around, really, having a look, just looking at the traders. Did play a few games this time, but it's so hard to get on the games when it's so busy. It's more, I think I saw it more of a social event this time, but yeah, it was really good. Had a couple of pints in the day, and then at night Craig kindly arranged for it to stay open for a select few, and we had like a curry or chili con carne and a few drinks, and the games were on this time, which made all the difference. There wasn't the music or something that was promised, I don't remember seeing that. It would be nice if they could have had maybe, I know it costs money, but a DJ or somebody just playing some songs through the speakers, because they had that in the day. A great guitarist in the day at Revival actually doing like playing the themes from Sonic the Hedgehog and stuff like that with the guitar is brilliant. So something like that would have been good. It was a little bit of although Revival was really busy, and possibly the busiest I've seen it, certainly on the Saturday, from what I've seen of the videos. The evening bash was a bit quieter this time, whether that was to do with the people not getting in the hotel next door, I'm not sure. It's a bit of a shame really, because obviously Craig and the team got all that effort. A lot of people had been invited and said they were going and weren't there, so from what I could gather from the Facebook group anyway. So it was a lot quieter, to be honest. And me, my missus, who came for the evening thing, and Lenny actually went back about 8:30, 9, I think, back to the hotel. Stayed in there actually. To be honest, I was stayed in the hotel later than I did on the Friday, but there you go. I've waffled too much about Revival. I just want to say it was a cracking event. Thanks to Craig Turner and his team who work ever so hard for arranging it. It's become my favourite show above Play Expo now. And yeah, I had a chat with Craig about whether he's doing a revival next year. It's not looking very likely, to be honest, but hopefully there'll at least be a mini one anyway. So yeah, let's hope there is. It isn't the end. Well, I know it's not the end of it, but you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I've waffled too much. I'm getting a bit tongue-tied now. So I'm going to show you the pickups because there are quite a few from this event. I did quite well. There are Mega Drive pickups as well, so we're back on that trail. So I'm going to start with probably the cheapest first and go in that order. Okay, so I had a go on the Lucky Dip. Always have a go on the Lucky Dip at Revival. It was £1, and I did get a game for a format I've actually got, and I might play it because I actually had this on copy back in the day. It is on the ZX Spectrum 48K, I believe. Checkered flag. It's not bad for £1. It's a Lucky Dip, you know, the going rate. So anyway, I went on to another store, and I can't remember this store's name. He was there last year, and although his games aren't the cleanest, his prices are superb. I actually got 4 Master System games for £7, which is £1.75 each. So I'm going to quickly show you them. They are Super Tennis, PGA Tour Golf, California Games. As you can see, they're not necessarily the cleanest, but price-wise, superb. And they're all complete, as always, as you know I collect complete. And the last one is Tennis Ace. So that was £7 spent, so I'd spent £8 by then. I then went on to, if we go in order of the prices, I then went on to Dana's stall and got a couple of games for £8. A couple more Master System, they were, although it's got £6 on it, was £4. The Jungle Book. And also the Master System, Sonic the Hedgehog. Always good to do a little bit of business with Dana. He did try and sell me a Star Wars board game for £10, which is somehow back in the day I was very tempted because that's tugging at the heartstrings a little bit. But yeah, I couldn't spend too much with Dana this time because of the big Mega Drive pickups. And we'll go on to the last Master System pickup. This was only £3. As you know, I buy Master System cheap just to do a bit of wheeling and dealing here and there. But yeah, £3 it was. Tom and Jerry, the movie. So yeah, so they were the Master System pickups. So let's just quickly add up how much I spent on those. So we spent £14 and I got 7 games. So that's £2 a game. Does that sound right? No, that's a little bit wrong. Sorry. £18 on 7 games. So yeah, that's pretty good going. So I was quite pleased with that. So we come on to the big hitters, the Sega Mega Drive games. As many of you know, that's my prime focus, and it sort of faltered a bit the past year or so, mainly down to the money and the fact that I'm, you know, the person who I do the road trips with is not interested in doing them anymore, kind of thing. So it's hard for me to go to shops I've not been to and have a look, and you know. But I'm glad I'm back on the trail anyway. These two were from a company called Press Start Gaming. I think I did buy possibly Saturday Night Slam Masters from him last year. They were both down at £100 each, which was over the price, of course. One of the games, I believe, goes for about 75 to 85 on eBay, and the other one is basically a £100 game. I've got basically the two of them for £175. So there's 2 games. The first one is Bubble and Squeak. Now in decent condition. I'm not looking for mint, as you know, but pretty good condition. And the final one, this has eluded me for such a long time, and I really don't know why. It is Mutant League Hockey. Still with a £100 price tag on. And there you go, they're tested, they work. So those are the Mega Drive pickups. So as you can appreciate, the £275. I spent the best part of £200 on games this weekend, last weekend. So it's an expensive show, but not as expensive as previous ones. But yeah, on the Mega Drive trailer, there is a game I'm sort of in query with. I was looking at it today. I'm going to get my games out this weekend, get all the games and count them, and maybe do a video in HD of all the games that I've got so far. They're all in storage boxes in order, so it should be pretty easy to do. Obviously a bit of lifting and getting out the cupboard, but that's what I'm planning to do, to make sure I'm sort of got the right list of what I need and what I've got. But I'm going to read it out to you. As far as pending one game, which I'm not sure if it's a UK or Euro, I'm going to look into it. There's 10 games I now need, so I'm down to the final 10 for the Sega Mega Drive, and they are, and 2 of these I did have remember, so I would have been down to 8. Big mistake selling them, but you live and learn. Alien Soldier, Death and Return of Superman, Mega Game 6 Volume 2, which I believe I can pick up quite easily, Mega Man The Wily Wars, The Pirates of Dark Water, The Punisher, Spider-Man Animated, Time Killers, Venom, Spider-Man, Separation Anxiety, and Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel. Now, 2 of those games were actually at Revival. I had to leave. There was a Spider-Man one there. I think it was the animated one. I'm not 100%. And it was £210. No, it would have been Venom, Separation Anxiety, I believe then. I think it was about £210 I saw it for. And Alien Soldier was there. Now, Vintage Gamer had got it. I know it's an expensive game, but he wanted a bit more than I was willing to pay, and to be honest, I had to go for the 2 games as just getting the one. He wanted £250 for it, although it's priced at £300, which I thought was too high. I know it goes for around £200 to £240 on eBay, kind of thing. So it was just too rich for me at the time. I am possibly looking to pick up Alien Soldier next, because I know the price seems to be going up through the roof for these kind of games, especially that one. So that might be my next focus on my next Mega Drive purchase, if I could do it. So yeah, we're down to the final 10. I've been thinking about what to do, you know, because it's an expensive finale kind of thing, and I've been umming and ahhing about whether to just get cart only or boxed with cart and no manual. It's one way of finishing the set, but I think it might do an injustice to the rest of the set, because you've got to understand that a lot of people that get full sets don't have full boxed, full manuals. I have, you know, every single Mega Drive game I've got is boxed with a manual. So I'm going to try and see it through. Anyway, I've waffled enough. Hope you've enjoyed the video. I've probably talked more than the footage I filmed this time, but yeah, it's been a great weekend. Last weekend, we're down to Thursday. It's only 4 days since I went home, so it's still quite fresh. I thought I'd do it. Not really got much planned next. I'd love to do another road trip. I'd love to check out Arcade Club in Leeds. If anyone wants to drive me there and do a road trip, give us a shout. But yeah, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. This is me, CJM Retro, signing out. Adios, YouTubers.